Smoke signals from around the campfire.
We're in a park in Northamptonshire on a wonderful, sunny, golden autumn morning, and it's quite warm.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I first met you a couple of months ago at Camp Out. I didn't expect you to be there. Your songs made quite an impact, and I was lucky enough to have a private gig last night in your house.
Thank you.
How did you happen to be at Camp Out? What was the story there?
Well, I just saw it advertised on social media, and it resonated so well with me. All the things that you mentioned about what it stood for. I thought I have to be there, so I was.
What were your impressions of it?
Oh, it was life-changing. It was just amazing. So many ideas, so many interesting people, so much love. So much love, Pete. It was really lovely. Yeah, really special time.
And the fact it was a 5-day experience sort of added to it, really.
Yeah,
the intensity.
yeah, really did.
So I wasn't alone in being completely struck by your songs there. Did you expect to be playing them around the fire?
Well, I did bring my guitar with the hope of being able to play around the fire, or to be able to play to children, you know, because I play songs and tell stories with my own children. So I kind of brought my guitar to entertain kids. And I was delighted to have the opportunity to be able to play around the fire.
How long has music been important in your life?
All the time, because I come from a musical family. I used to sing. I'm one of 5 girls, and we used to sing hymns in harmonies. We were kind of known as the Von Trapp. The Von Trapp family singers from Rutland. So that's so all my life really. And I was brought up. I learnt the cello. My mum used to teach the piano, and my dad plays the banjo. So part of a musical family.
What music did you grow up listening to?
A lot of church music, and classical music. And then, as I became a teenager, I didn't really like the pop music that was around when I was a teenager. I liked earlier music. A lot of different things, really. I really liked David Bowie, and I liked The Clash, and I liked Bob Marley. Those are 3 people I can think of, you know, coming to mind immediately from my childhood.
When did you start writing songs?
At about 14. About 14 years old.
And what was the inspiration?
Oh, teenage angst, wanting a relationship, wanting love, dreaming. My very first song, it's all about kind of willing a dream person to come into my life. Yeah.
What's that called?
Dreamer. Yeah.
You're going to give us a quick...
Oh my gosh, that's a long time since I played that. Guitar's not very tuned. I can't remember the rest of it.
Beautiful. And I notice love is there. It's in so many of your songs. Love is at the heart of them. It's obviously a very important thing for the world and for you.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I think love, in terms of relationships, has become quite toxic in our society, and I think we need massive change in how we interact in relationships. And I think where it starts, we have to start with ourselves and really learn to love ourselves and know ourselves. And to me, that love energy is all about the zing, you know, the kind of when you're in love and you have this energy around you and everybody knows that you had it this morning. That kind of empowered feeling. It's really powerful, but it's on a cellular level. When you can kind of harness that energy into every cell of your body, then you become a fully empowered human being. It's not just woo-woo, hippie, trippy stuff. It's very, very powerful energy that if we harness, we have the whole universe at our fingertips. I sound like a hippie.
How important is music in social change?
Fundamental. On many levels. Let me try and explain succinctly. First of all, you have the actual frequency of music, the particular tones that you use. 5 to 8 hertz being a very important one. The love frequency is one of the solfeggio tones. I tend to tune my guitar to 432 hertz because it has a nicer sound and it kind of resonates with humans more. And it's more natural. It's a more natural tone. Also, the effect on the brain. If you have a simple message, like in love, we are all one, and you put that through music, it kind of goes into your subconscious more deeply than just saying the phrase. So, and then when something is in our subconscious, then we behave according to the programming. So music can affect our reprogramming of our brain to affect social change. So we just do it without even having to be conscious that we're doing this, we're just doing it. So music is absolutely fundamental. In love, we are all one. 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 It's beautiful, this love that we share. We are powerful when we wake up to who we really are. Let me tell you, in love, we are all one. La la la, in love, we are all one. In love, we are all one. In love, we are all one. Can you hear the birds singing too? Beautiful.
They're in amazing harmony. You got them tweeting a different kind of tweet. Slightly less toxic. What I love about so many of your songs, they're empowering for people, particularly for women, I think, and there's a sense of
Thank you.
Step up to this, you know. We all have a part to play, and I think that message comes through very much from your songs.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I believe very firmly that we do. You know, we have to, all of us, men and women, we have to take control of our own lives and not be sitting around blaming other people for what we don't like and complaining, but we have to just do. We have to be the change. What do you want to see? Do it. Be it.
Would you call yourself a feminist?
Feminist, but also I'm in great support of men, and I think the male, the kind of divine masculine energy has become the perception of it has become very toxic in our society, and I think that really needs to change. I think men need to understand how magnificent they are, how powerful and beautiful they can be, and they are intrinsically, and love themselves just as women need to love themselves too. It's a journey that we both need to do.
Quite a few of your songs are political.
Yep.
There's one called Revolution that I think you wrote at university.
Yes.
Where was that?
Well, it was the Polytechnic, actually, Newcastle Poly. Yes, I did creative arts up in Newcastle.
Do you want to play that?
You want to play a bit? Okay, let me just play a bit. Okay. What can I do to change this place? What can I do? I just can't take the pace. So many questions with no replies. I ask you for truth, and all I get is lies. I guess we need a revolution, a brand new change of face. What we have don't seem to be working. We need a change, perhaps a revolution. Woo! You have no control over me. I have full choice in who I wanna be. We have to be equal to be free. Get rid of your power crazed cronies, then come and talk to me. I guess we need a revolution, a brand new change of face. What we have don't seem to be working. We need change, perhaps a revolution. Well, we do need a revolution, Pete. We really do need to revolutionise how we live our lives, you know?
And how much of that is based around democracy?
Oh, well, democracy, we don't see democracy in our country. Where can we see an actually working example of true democracy? It's a bit sad, it's really sad actually.
How do we build democracy?
Starting in the homes, starting in people's homes. Starting with how we interact with each other on a day-to-day basis. From families, communities, and then it just expands. It just gets bigger, but it has to start small. It has to start within each one of us, and it's just simple, you know. We don't actually need a whole lot of ruling and governing if we stand in truth, and if we are fully empowered human beings. You know. Look at this, look at the birds in the sky. They don't have control. They're not ruled and dominated and, you know, governed by people. They're part of nature. And so are we, but we've lost it. We've lost our connection. So we need to get back to the earth. Listen to our planet, listen to nature, and listen to really the true voice that we have inside. And I think that's one of the problems. We're outside, we're always looking outside for answers, outside telling me what to do, outside of ourselves. And a lot of the answers are actually deep within each one of us, if we take time to listen.
We had an interesting discussion after breakfast about ways of measuring kindness, or almost we need some sort of index. Or would you like to elaborate on your ideas you were talking about, based on the image that's on your phone you showed me?
Oh yeah. I want that image on my arm, tattooed on my arm actually. I don't have any tattoos, and I really would like that tattooed on there, so because it's a powerful image. I think that we all, and I'm not quite sure how we can actually measure kindness, because it's something that we just need to just do and be. I mean, I think maybe we could have some strategies in place to transition us from becoming a self-centered people, selfish, money-orientated, self-indulgent society. So I'm not quite sure. When I had this idea of, maybe sharing it being a popular thing for people to maybe share the kindnesses that they do. I mean, with the image that I showed you, that was all to do with developing the virtues of love, developing the kind of different elements of love, and developing character within children, understanding character building, so that we really build the characters, the true characters of our young people, based in truth, based in love, based in something solid and a solid foundation. But measuring kindness, I think we just have to do it, and I think that's how when people are happy, that's a measure of kindness, isn't it? When we see people in society with smiles on their faces, that's a measure of kindness.
How does someone who's on the poverty line doing 5 jobs in industrial Birmingham, how do they put a smile on their face?
Because when you see kindness every day. When I had nothing, absolutely nothing, I lost everything, I was shown immense kindness, and very often it was some of the poorest people who were the most generous to me, really generous. And I think that the person in Birmingham you're talking about running 5 jobs will see kindness every day, because when you give out kindness, that's what you get back. When you give out love, you get it back. It's really simple. It's a really simple thing. Change your life. Be kind, and you get it back. It's you can live in bliss every day, and your dreams will come true if you are loving to people and kind. Then people are nice back to you, and they smile at you, and their smiles bless you.
Would you like to play Democracy for us?
If I could remember the lyrics. Look all around me and I see people peddling lies. Even ordinary people can be the devil in disguise. Fundamentals have changed, morality deranged. People who call at home, contributing to the earth and eyes. Democracy is such hypocrisy. Democracy is not what I see. In a true democracy, we can get our voices heard. We can vote on issues that would one day change our world. to trade in a fair society, free to claim our lives without fear. Democracy is such hypocrisy. Democracy is not what I see. Democracy is such hypocrisy. Democracy is not what I see. What will be left for future generations? A world polluted and insane. Injustice rife, people buying and selling life. What are we leaving behind? What are we leaving behind? With this democracy, it's such hypocrisy. Democracy is not what I see. Democracy should be about you and me. Democracy is not what I see.
There's another element of your songwriting that's very much based in a more playful recognition of a sort of Afro-Caribbean folk spirit, whether it's about red chili peppers or mosquitoes. Or do you want to talk a bit more about the inspiration for that?
Well, I met a really interesting chap called Suleiman Roji and S.E. Roji, and he was from Sierra Leone, and he was kind enough to show me a little riff on the guitar, a kind of palm wine riff, style of playing, and that's kind of inspired lots of songs. I lived in Gambia and in Senegal for a while, and so I wrote songs when I was there, and I still write them. It's still in my heart, you know.
You know, I have a strong connection with Roji as well. We brought him over from the States where he was living, signed him to Cooking Vinyl, and we released a compilation of his earlier hits from Sierra Leone, Twist with the Morning Stars being one of the great tracks.
Yeah.
And we called it Palm Wine Guitar Music.
Yes.
So he's a big favourite with me.
Yeah, oh, he's wonderful. Lovely chap. And he did a lot of work with young people as well, you know, trying to build them up. And he really believed very, very much in education, didn't he? It's really, really good.
I'd really like to play one of those.
Okay. The mosquitoes are coming, they're singing in my ear. The mosquitoes are coming, I can hear them coming near. Oh, please don't bite, bite, bite me. Don't bite, bite, or suck my blood. Don't bite, bite, bite me. Don't bite, bite, or suck my blood. Sulla canale, tullo bella. Sulla canale, tullo bella. Can I keep, can I, yellow susu. Can I keep, can I keep. Mosquito net, mosquito coil, mosquito repellent spray. I've used them all, but they just won't go away. This constant itching feels so bad. This constant itching driving me mad. Oh, please don't bite, bite, bite me. Don't bite, bite, or suck my blood. Don't bite, bite, bite me. Don't bite, bite, or suck my blood. Don't bite, bite, bite me. Don't bite, bite, or my blood. Don't bite, bite, bite me. Don't bite, bite, or suck my blood. Ah! Aren't we lucky not to have mosquitoes here at the moment? Oh, horrible little creatures.
Warmth but no mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a joy. What about the red chili pepper? What's the story behind that one?
Oh. Okay, I was making some food for my family, and chopping vegetables, fruits, herbs, and chili peppers, and I had chili pepper hands, and then did some ritual, and got a little chili burn in a little place. So yes, that's about that song. And I turned it around to make it into kind of like some, because actually the fire that was generated, the song, I then made it into kind of like a tantric song. So you're kind of getting that whole sexual energy connection through chili peppers.
Would you like to play it?
Okay. I've got a sweet chili pepper bun. It's making my hips tough. I got a sweet chili pepper bun way down low. I got a sweet chili pepper bun. It's making my hips tough. I got a sweet chili pepper bun, and it feels so good. In preparing food for people I love, chopping vegetables, fruits and herbs, and scotch bonnet and pepper too. I forget my chili hands when I do the do. I get a sweet chili pepper bun, and it feels so good. I got a sweet chili pepper bun. It's making my hips tough. I got a sweet chili pepper bun, and it feels so good. There is more, but if you want more, you've got to come to the gig.
That's the X-rated version.
For the X-rated version.
I love that your songs are so rich in symbolism, and in particular there's one about the female body and the landscape around us. Do you want to introduce that and talk about it?
Yeah. Originally I wrote this song when I was teaching, and I wrote it to try to communicate to the class the ideas that Aboriginal people have about we're all at one with the earth, and so I wrote the song, and then it kind of the female body is like a physical manifestation of earth. You know, we have hills, we have valleys, we have forests, we have, you know, waterfalls, and so yeah. I wrote the song about this land. Let me be as one with this land I inhabit, because so many people, women, are alienated from their own bodies. They hack bits off because they don't like this bit. They are ashamed of things, stretch marks. But I just think, I've got stretch marks in my belly, but that to me is the history. That's my history of my children. And flabby bits of skin. Well, that's when I was fatter and I lost weight. Well, that's part of my history. Wrinkles, that's my history. That's who I am. It tells a story of me. And we all, and there's beauty in who we are, not in. We're so obsessed with trying to hack ourselves to create this somebody else's idea of beauty, and we need to just be at one in this land that we inhabit.
Let me be as one with the energies of this land I inhabit. Let me be as one with the energies of this land I inhabit. The fire in its belly, the power in its waters, the forces of its moon, and the fertility of its land. Let me be as one with the energies of this land I inhabit. Let me be as one with the energies of this land I inhabit. The beauty of its forests, the roundness of its hills, the promise-laden valleys, the magical waterfalls. Let me be as one with the energies of this land I inhabit. Let me be as one with the energies of this land I inhabit. Know yourself, there is greatness in you. Know yourself, your immensity and majesty. Know yourself as part of everything and everyone. Know yourself as love. As love, as love, as love. To know yourself is the freedom you seek to be absolutely you. To know yourself is the freedom you seek to be absolutely true to you. Oh, know yourself. There is greatness in you. Know yourself.